Alright guys, DJ, the Guild Master, Westmoreland Gamers Guild, back with another battle report, this time Team Yankee. This time, I'm playing with Greg.
Yeah.
Everyone's heard of you, Greg. You're a legend.
I am. The samurai.
Oh, jeez. Alright, so Greg is playing with an 80-point force. Go ahead and point and tell me what unit each one is, Greg. Like, what are you running today?
Okay, I'm running a BMP-1 battalion, 2 companies of 4 each.
Okay.
4 stands of infantry, and then 3 stands of the RPG-7s.
Okay.
1 unit of Gaskins.
Nice.
A 3-man unit of Spandrels. A 2-man unit.
Okay.
BMP-2 recon platoon.
Okay.
And T-80s, but I'm substituting a T-60, or they actually are all T-80s.
Okay, so this is a group of what, 3 and 1, or just a group of 4?
Group of 4.
Okay, so this is basically you're running an infantry battalion with 1 tank support.
Correct.
All right, cool. So Greg's also the attacker today.
Rawr.
Over here, what I'm running 80 points, my National Guard force. So in support, I have 1 FO. 1 set of Air Cobras with TOW 1s, and then I have 2 formations. Infantry formation here, HQ, 2 full mechanized platoons with 4 tracks, 4 dragons, and 1 set of 3 1064 mortar tracks. And then for the tanks, I am running a command of 2 Pattons, 2 groups of 3 right here. 1 infantry platoon for that formation, and 1 group of 4 T6 or not T60s but M60s. The mission we're playing today is Dogfight. Greg's the attacker. I'm the defender. Here is our board. It's a little bit different from a lot of the ones. So I have like a little shopping complex right here, gas station, oil firing here, some fields, some woods, some craters mixed in, and then 1 McDonald's slash Pizza Hut. Alright, we're going to go ahead and set up, and then we'll be back after our setup. Alright, we're back after setup. So what ends up happening is, because of how deep scattered reserves work, all but 1 of my tank units are in reserve, including my helicopters, except for 1 group of 4, which is going to be an ambush. So Greg, deployment is basically center line, back 16 inches. Greg placed his objective here next to the department store. I placed mine here in the woods, far back as I possibly could. Greg, go ahead and tell us where your stuff's set up at, buddy.
Alright, I have 1 unit of Spandrels here.
Okay.
3-man. I have 2 Gaskins here for your pesky little helicopters.
Okay.
A BMP 1 unit here.
Okay.
BMP 2s here, scouts.
Okay.
My T-80s.
Alright.
My other BMP 1s.
Okay.
And 2 more Spandrels.
Okay. Now, Greg, so this is Greg. Greg's still pretty new. That scout unit, they have a thing called spearhead, so they can move their tactical speed out of your deployment zone, expanding your deployment zone. So, like, I don't know if you knew that or not, or
we'll leave it set up like it is.
Okay, that way we'll know for next time.
Yeah.
So I have 3 minefields. I have 1 set up here in the intersection, 1 here in front of the building, 1 behind the building. I have my ranging marker here, ranging in the center of the shopping plaza. I have 1 infantry group here dug in. Their 113s are stationed in the crop field. I have another group of infantry dug in on the road facing down it with their dragons. Their transports are here behind the auto shop. Over here, I have 1 group for this platoon here hidden behind the oil tanks. These guys are dug in, straddling the objective on both sides of trees. Commander's back here. FO's in the front. And then my mortars are in the back of the trees far enough in where they can't be seen, but since I'm firing indirectly, it really doesn't matter. And I have 1 group of 4 Patton tanks in ambush. So Greg gets to go first. Greg, do you pick nighttime, dawn, or dusk?
We'll do nighttime.
Now, the only reason nighttime's pretty bad for you, you want to be able to see. So if you do daytime, it'll probably be a little bit better, but it's up to you.
Okay, we'll do daytime then.
Okay, because nighttime, what happens, it's night turning into daytime or
Right.
dusk. Uh, all my stuff has thermal, so I'll be able to roll 2 dice, take the highest.
Okay.
And for you, unfortunately, you have IR,
Right.
so you roll 2 dice, take the highest.
Yeah.
However, you still are the +1 hit at night.
Okay.
So all my stuff be getting hit on 5s and 6s.
Right.
So for you, daytime would be the better bet.
All right.
All right, we'll be back after turn 1. All right, so Greg, he moved these guys up tactical right here. These guys moved 14. We'll see. Greg got some shooting left. These bimps moved up. The scouts moved up. These guys went through the woods. The Gaskin stayed still. And his other spandrels terrain dashed out and around clear up to there. So we'll see if Greg has any shooting going on. And then we'll be back. So the only thing Greg could really do was have his T-80s with the sniper missiles fire. You only see the infantry back here, really. And he fired 3 shots and missed. Everything else was just out of range or it moved. So I'm going to go on to my turn, bring up my ambushing unit, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so we had some stuff happen. My ambushing tanks came on this side away from the T-80s. They engaged the spandrels, knocked 2 out, bailed 1. Then my 113s here from this moved up. These 113s from the oil tanks moved up. The other group moved out around. Go put some pressure on the other set of Gaskins over here. I dropped smoke. My smoke things are busted, so we're using this card here. So I smoked basically right through there. And then over in the department store, I only had one guy with a dragon shot. He was able to actually hit and knock out that bimp one in the trees over here. Both guys survived. So, alright, on to turn 2. Greg, it's up to you, buddy. You have some bail-in and some leadership. We'll be back. Alright, Greg, go ahead, buddy. Start us off where your turn was. What all happened, buddy?
Okay, I came up with the spandrels. I shot at them.
Okay.
I got 1.
And then the tanks knocked out 2 more.
2 more. Yeah, the other 2 whiffed, unfortunately.
So those 4, there's 1 left of that unit.
Right.
The T-80s moved up. These guys moved up in the crop field. These guys failed their pinning, but they're still able to move, and they all got behind the building. And his recon unit went down the road. And unfortunately, I mismanaged my range in marker, and he was able to have the smoke is within 6 inches of the department store, so his recon guys were able to shoot even with a negative, and they actually were able to hit and kill 1 base of a dragon out of the department store, which is kind of unfortunate for me. All right, guys, I have 1 leadership with that 113 group over there, and we'll be back at the bottom of turn 2. Alright, so this guy over here failed his leadership, ran away. Smoke dissipated. 113s moved around the minefield. The M60s moved around. I kind of messed up and forgot. I thought he had nice side shots on his T-80s, but because of the angle and where the front armor line crosses, it's still front. So they ended up firing at the bimps they could see. Knocked out 2, killed 1 base of infantry and RPG. So kind of pinned that unit. Over here, these guys fired dragons into and knocked out 1 bimp 2 in the roadway. And that's really about it. That's all I've been able to do this turn. So this is going on to... Oh, and I rearranged my artillery. So I moved my artillery closer this way. And ranged in, didn't do anything. Alright, guys. We'll be back with top of Greg's turn 3. Side reserves, come on. Alright, Greg, tell us what happened, buddy. You did a lot.
Yeah, I popped 1 of your tanks over here.
And then the T-80s killed that one.
Right.
And then you blitzed your recon guys successfully and they popped that other tank right there.
Um, the T-80s really didn't do anything.
So they popped one tank.
Yeah, one tank. Yeah. I brought up the spandrels as far as I could.
Oh yeah, over here, and then you brought your other group of bimps right here.
Bimps up here to bimp ones, and I put the guys in the building.
Yeah, I thought AKs had a longer range. They don't, but you did fire an RPG from the building
Right.
in here, and actually got another dragon team.
So that's a bonus. I put my gaskets in the cover. I'm waiting for your helicopters to come up.
It'll make them harder for me to deal with. Then your bimps here, we're able to see the front of these and actually build one of the 113s out.
So.
Um, oh, don't never take cover in an apartment store because apparently that's twice he's hit me, and both times I've lost a unit. Although the minefields are still holding true. All right, it's going on to turn 3. I roll for reserves.
Yeah, it's all those mannequins I'm misinterpreting.
You are. So I need a 5 for you to come in. No, I rolled a 3. So I gotta see what I can do here. Going on to my turn 3. We'll be back, guys. Stuff. Reserves did not come in, as you guys saw. So my T-60s reversed behind the building out of the way of the dreaded T-80s. They fired and obliterated the last 3 recon vehicles. Then over here, this building, the troop or my 113s train dashed up and around. These guys though fired 2 dragons at the last bimp right here. Missed him. My 2 saws opened up on the other infantry in the building. Didn't do anything. Oh, I forgot. It's too late now. I forgot to do my repeat bombardment. Oh well. Then moving over, these guys here, they blitzed out behind, and you can't see him, but there's a 113 hidden here, and he just has enough line of sight. They engaged and bailed out one spandrel, and then my infantry on the road and in the wood line, the ones that could see, fired their dragons and destroyed 2 bimps. One bimp's crew completely died. The other ones, they bailed out into the crater for cover. Yeah, it's going on to Greg's turn 4. He has some bail-ins and some checks to do. And lucky for you, Greg, I forgot to do that bombardment. I would have pinned them guys in the building again.
Well, I'll remind you to do it next time.
It's all good. That's what happens. All right, guys, we'll be back. Alrighty then. So, okay, Greg, tell us what all happened, buddy. You did a lot here, actually.
The one spandrel over here came up, popped one of your transports.
The other one failed to get back in.
He
blew up this transport here.
Yeah, my 2 bimps over here shot. I bailed one of his guys.
Yeah, they moved up and shot, and these guys they passed their pinning, and they basically ran to this crater over here, just outside the range of the minefields. Shot these guys, did nothing. Shot the department store, kind of did nothing. Then what'd your T-80s do, Greg? They did some good stuff this turn.
Yeah, they actually did. The T-80s came and got one of your tanks.
Yep. So that unit has to take a morale check.
So hopefully they're going to run.
And then you knocked out 2 of my 113s, transports up here. Okay, so it's on to turn 4. 2 dice for leadership, but for reserves, 1 thing's coming in.
All right.
I probably should bring a group of tanks in.
You probably should.
Yeah, or I could bring my helicopters for your spandrels to deal with, or your gaskins to deal with. Well, I have to roll to see which side they come in on. So I'll roll that dice now, and then we'll see.
But you have to decide what you're bringing in.
Well, I'm gonna bring in a group of tanks. I just did that. I rolled a 1. We'll see where that is. We'll be back. All right, so I brought in my other group of 3 M60s here. They had side shots, and I knocked out all 4 T-80s. It's the first time I've ever knocked out T-80s with another tank in this game. 113's moved up over here, engaged the Gaskins, actually just bailed 1 out, luckily. Infantry in the building engaged here, did nothing. I remember my mortar this time and whiffed with all the shots. Moving over the dragons from here, and this platoon engaged and only knocked out one uh, bimp. That was it. And then infantry shooting. My tank moved over here after he passed his leadership, shot and missed. And then 113s moved back over here and actually dropped one of the guys in the crater. Going on to Greg's turn 5. We'll be back, guys.
Okay, DJ.
Alright, so a lot of stuff happened on, that was turn 5, correct, Greg?
Correct.
Top of turn 5. So, Greg's infantry all started coming out. They moved over around the minefield. These guys came out of their building over here. He stayed in place, fired a shot, missed. These guys fired their spandrels, missed these M60s. Over here, though, these guys here unloaded on the guys inside, pinned them, actually killed 2 bases. Then over here, these guys, as they came out, they also fired, didn't do anything. But the MVPs was the 2 RPGs. They had just had enough range to get, and they bailed out the M60. So we couldn't fire in defensive fire to help with the infantry. We got in a hand-to-hand. Greg didn't kill anybody, but I failed my counterattack, so I had to vacate the building, and Greg moved in, took it over. So now he's sitting on the objective, or one of them, and I have to try to get him out of there. So this is going to be my turn 5. Alright, we will be back. Oh, I have to roll for reserves. So that would be, what, 3 dice.
3 dice.
So, one thing, I'm going to bring in a, I'm going to bring in an Air Cobra unit, and we'll see what side they come in on. I rolled a 1, which is back over on this side. Okay, we'll be back, guys. Alright, so after a little bit of deliberation, my helicopter settled in flying over there and hovering around. Infantry, they moved up out of the foxholes, fired, really didn't do anything in the building. 113s, they kind of fired in the building, didn't do anything. One dragon from these guys knocked out the other bimp. UM60s suck. They only knocked out one and bailed the other. I let Greg's Gaskins go ahead and shoot at my Air Cobras, knocking one out of the air. And then these guys, the 113s, really didn't do much to the Gaskins in the woods. So this will be the top of turn 6. I have to go ahead and look at some rules, because I am contesting it still with this. Actually, no, they're still pinned. I don't think they can contest it. So let me see the rules, because Greg actually might win this at the top of turn 6 as opposed to the bottom of turn 6.
Oh, no.
We can do a little bit of extra actions report. Alright, so with Greg's, all of his shooting from the building, and the other infantry unit moved around here to get shots in, he killed them 4 guys in the open. And because of ending his turn on 6th turn and no one's in range to contest it, these guys are just out. I should have got them closer. Greg actually wins this one.
Yay.
That's your second game underneath your belt, Greg.
I like it. I like the game a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm learning. I just got to be more aggressive.
Yeah, we'll take the training wheels off next game.
Yeah.
What's your takeaway from this, Greg? What are you thinking so far? Like, there's probably a lot of carnage on the battlefield.
I was pleasantly surprised for how much I lost,
Mm-hmm.
that I actually still won the game.
What kind of helps is, too, Soviet formations are really large, so it's hard to break them.
Right.
I had some stuff coming in the wrong side. Plus, too, like, looking back on the battlefield, I probably could have done a few things differently, too, but like I said, you're still learning the game.
Yeah.
I don't want to go right into run speed.
True. I mean, I wouldn't have blamed you. I mean, it's, you know.
The minefields really hampered you, because we talked about that. You asked me if you should take mine clears on some of your vehicles.
Right.
And I was like, well, some games have mines, some don't. This happened to be one of them.
Well, yeah, exactly.
What else did you learn? Like, anything like really take away from this?
Just that I have to be more aggressive and get up the board quicker.
Yeah, especially as the attacker. One thing I failed to learn whenever I first started playing was my spearhead units.
Yeah, that
So
too.
your spearhead unit, you could have had your bimps in a lot closer range,
Yeah.
and maybe you could have like foregone the minefield. Cause
Right.
I was trying to. The easiest way to get to the building was through the department store complex area,
Right.
but that's why I threw all the minefields there. Cause
Yeah.
like you're not gonna road dash through there on my watch.
Exactly.
All right. This is DJ, Guild Master, Westmoreland Gamers Guild, with Greg. We got another battle report done for Flames of War. If you guys like what we're doing, go ahead, comment, stuff
Team
like that.
Yankee. Team Yankee.
Oh, sorry guys, I have Flames of War on the mind only because we're doing something new. I'm making intro videos to our actual videos, and I just did Flames of War last night. So, usually we'll be seeing a Flame or Team Yankee one here relatively soon. Hopefully on this video, in fact. All right,
Sweet.
guys, we'll talk to you later. Peace.